Yeah, this doesn't really surprise me at all, to say the least. So, I want to kind of make a update video about this because this is very much interesting, to say the least, involving you know the whole Power versus Pokemon stuff that I recently because recently there has been some interesting videos coming out and an update evolving the situation, evolving it too. And again, it's not surprising how it ended, to my opinion. And it's also very much very interesting to say the least. Now, before I get started, I do want to make at least two things clear. Number one, I actually have done a video before about this situation. In fact, this is a update video to say the least from the previous situation of this. And of course, the reason why I'm saying that is because many people might walk in thinking this is going to be another Nintendo fanboy defending Nintendo, when in reality, no, I made it crystal clear in the last video that I am totally against it and not surprised that the fact of the matter is that Nintendo is kind of taking a big L of this situation because of the increased insanity. But at the same time, also, I'm not going to be like a grifter or anything. In fact, the reason why I quickly want to do this video is I just saw another video of a guy ripping on another guy. It's like World War Z with machine guns. It's just absolutely nuts and dumb. And luckily, the video in the description down below that's going to do a better job of explaining what's happening. It's despite the thumbnail, it's actually way better because thankfully it doesn't insult anyone. Because, to my opinion, you can like what you can like to a certain degree, as long as you have limits, to say the least. And also, even then, want to make it crystal clear, I am totally happy that Palworld is winning because this whole situation is just plain dumb, honestly, to say the least. So, for context, if you guys have not seen that video or have not been hearing about this situation, pretty much for those who don't know, last year Nintendo finally went after Palworld because they got grumpy over the fact that Palworld was another Pokemon clone that apparently, I guess they really wanted to screw them over, apparently. And I say that because, in a way that is, despite being a Pokemon fan, is because they did something super petty that even I do not like. And that is that they literally tried to patent summoning mechanics. Not just copyright, patent, as in they tried to own that shit, which could have caused, of course, like I said in the previous video, I'll say again, I wouldn't say like a nuclear warhead, but would indeed cause some chaos and problems involving video games in the future. Thankfully, even before this recent month, that thing was already shoved out the window because obviously the courts aren't going to accept that. But recently there has been an announcement that Palworld is, of course, probably winning and such. And honestly, I think that's a great thing. It's not surprising, too, but I think it's a great thing because the issue that I have with this lawsuit, and there are a couple other ones that has since been added, is, first off, there's nothing wrong with Pokemon having, literal competition. In fact, believe it or not, I collect more than just Pokemon. And it's kind of funny how Nintendo thinks otherwise and literally tried to nuke a very smaller game because of it. But then again, this is Nintendo, so it doesn't surprise me because this is Nintendo. But the other reason is because that I'm actually okay with this is, yeah, I think Nintendo needs a few losses because they are becoming a little bit too destructive with the whole court things. I mean, trust me, they keep suing people left and right, and it's getting ridiculous. And they kind of are wasting money, to say the least. Now, of course, I know people are already saying this and stuff, but of course, it's worth noting that people are saying Nintendo is going to lose regardless if even if they win because they wasted thousands of dollars. It is a company at the end of the day, so they can survive. It's not like the situation with the whole bricks and minifigs where they're definitely losing money no matter what, to say the least. Because say what we will about Nintendo, but at least they're not like bricks and minifigs who own the police like a mafia or some bullshit. You know what I mean? But yeah, I do hope this is a wake up call because honestly, and I don't know if this is also true, but I do kind of agree with the sentiment. They should have been using that money more so on their video games. Now, to be fair, not all their video games are terrible. I can see like Red of Heaven, the upcoming new Red of Heaven looks pretty nice, honestly. Many people have been wanting that. Uh, their upcoming Legends of Zelda is going to print money, to say the least. Very much their third parties are kind of welcoming, to say the least. I mean, right now this week we got Delta Rune Chapter 5, so fuck yes. Um, and you know, da da da. So I don't think it's going to be a huge loss for them, but it is going to be a loss no matter what. And even then, it should be a wake up call because they shouldn't be wasting that money towards a stupid lawsuit that was never going to do anything at all, and instead should have been focusing on their other video games that need it, especially Pokemon Winds and Waves. I have heavy high hopes for Winds and Waves, especially from the very first trailer. As honestly, it's definitely is needed ever since the aftermath of Pokemon ZA. Because while unlike most, I did not hated Pokemon ZA, I did give it a C ranking in its review due to the fact that it just to say the least. And especially the DLC. The DLC just sucked in general, honestly. I can't even defend that. So, just want to make a video about this to explain, my thoughts on all this. Honestly, I don't know why this has exploded, apparently. Especially considering there's much more hints why I'm saying a link down in the description down below of a video. Um, but yeah, pretty much doesn't surprise me. I hope the creators of Palworld keep doing what they're doing. They do. It will take some time for recoverment. Hence why I also saying link down description down below because I do feel bad for the Palworld. And hopefully Nintendo will learn their lesson. But be fair, this is fucking Nintendo, so who knows? But anyways, this has been Floxcat, snapping out of here. Bye bye.